A plan introduced by a bipartisan group in Congress would help create jobs for those in the most economically challenged areas of the country by driving private sector investments to these areas. One America's John Hines has more from Washington.
In tandem with House Speaker Paul Ryan's plans to rethink the fight on poverty, Ohio Congressman Pat Tiberi is offering a plan to lift communities out of poverty by creating opportunity zones in the poorest zip codes and driving private sector investment to these areas.
Governors of all 50 states can create opportunity funds in these designated opportunity zones where private dollars can go into those zones, those poor neighborhoods, those poor communities. And at the federal level, through the tax code, we defer capital gains. So we encourage private investors. We know that there's $2 trillion of capital on the sidelines today.
The idea is to create private sector jobs in places that have none using private investment. And the idea has attracted support from Democrats, says Tiberi.
What I'm excited about my idea and our bill is that it's attracted bipartisan support. But there are Democrats and some who I would say are left of center Democrats, not center Democrats, who have finally acknowledged that the fight over the last 50 years hasn't worked and that we need to think of new ways to fight generational poverty in America.
Support in Congress is helpful, but will the plan fight poverty? Robert Dorr, who specializes in poverty studies at the Free Market American Enterprise Institute, says it could.
So I think this approach is an effective way to address poverty because the best way out of poverty is a job, and to the extent that there are places where there are no jobs, bringing private sector investment is going to stimulate some employment, and that's an important step.
And Dorr says the idea has attracted some attention from Sean Parker, a technology millionaire who was a co-founder of Napster and the first president of Facebook.
Sean Parker is a principal supporter of a think tank that has laid the groundwork for this in some respects by identifying distressed communities around America.
Democrat Cory Booker and Republican Tim Scott are sponsors of the plan in the Senate. Republicans in both the House and the Senate are rethinking the nation's poverty programs, and the idea of engaging the private sector in new ways appears to be a common theme. John Hines, One America News, Washington.